The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. They run with Logan. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Ready. Choose the mic. Check 50. Choose the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Got his man. That's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Good. 180. 159. Check. Bang.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, 2nd-year man out of Auburn. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Ricky.
Trubisky will throw. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
The Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Caught. Safarian-Jenkins, right side.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of...
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Bradley Chubb in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They give to Johnson going right. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Jackson, options out left. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 54 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
On 1st down, it's Logan. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd down, it's Logan. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st.
1st down, Rams.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
A four-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Jackson from the shotgun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on 1st down. The Conley's got it over the middle. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Trubisky. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Trubisky to throw again. He's got the hook up with Conley, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Johnson running right. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
Now a give, right side. Johnson, they'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another first and 10.
Let's get in there,
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Quick the edge. Come.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Tyler Eifert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Logan. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it here with Logan. And some room to roam now. 27 yards there, a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
And the Rams
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson completes it to Hardman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Midfield now. Here's Jackson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st down, Rams.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Jackson throwing again. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The Rams on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Check that.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Just like that. Alert, 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 alert. 54.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check three, check three.
On the carry, it's Logan. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Check, check, lucky, lucky, lucky. Go, go. Minus 50, minus 50.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They run again with Logan. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Jets off the sag. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Corey Littleton coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you've got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down from all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Jackson options out left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Los Angeles.
Jackson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Logan. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's go.
They go play action. Trubisky. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
The Steelers' 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Out, 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 out.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Mike is 59, Mike is 59. I'm here all day. Mike 5'9", Go. Go.
Play action. Now Trubisky going deep here for Parker. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Mike, check, 59, 59. I got it. 59 is Mike, 59 is Mike, check.
Now Trubisky to throw. They'll find Reynolds over the middle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On third down, Trubisky. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Jackson now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up...
Now Trubisky lost the football, and now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Jackson, option right. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On second down now, it's Logan. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mike 51. Right here, right here.
On third down, Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Go! 180! Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go, deep. Tighten up.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They'll run for it. This is White. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Logan. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On second down, Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ran, touch. 52. Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And Eifert has it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing now is Trubisky. He completes it right side to White. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, Johnson. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where's 52?
Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Watch the eye.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You're talking about, how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same, all I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium.